A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Big Stone Television. Today is a very spiritual day. Today is a very blessed day because come this weekend, we're going to have one of the biggest gospel celebration in recent time. Gospel celebration on July 28, 2023 at Sugarman Beach at 6 p.m. sharp. Let's go to the commercial and hear what is happening. Limited, in association with New Vision Faith Apostolic Ministries, present a gospel celebration featuring Pastor Dietrich Adden, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Minister Anton Johnson, Sherwin Gardner, Levi's Heritage, Minister Audi, Petra Kay, Pastor Crystal May, Kevin Downswell, Minister Sushana, and Karen All, 2023 at 6 p.m. sharp at the Sugarman's Beach, Elsha. Admission $5,000 pre-sold, $5,500 at the gate, and VIP is $9,000. Part proceed in aid of New Vision Spanish Town Ocherius Development Fund. Make sure. Well, we first of all we want to say sorry for that slight glitch in the internet service. As you know, we're right next to a modem, so we don't know how these things happen. And from time to time, these things do find themselves into our broadcast. So we once again apologize for that. Right about now, we're going to bring on two of our guests for today. We're going to bring on Minister Sushana Lewis, and we're also going to bring on Minister Karen Clark. Minister Lewis, how are you? Welcome to Big Stone Television. Minister Clark, how are you? Welcome to Big Stone Television.
Good afternoon. Thank you for welcoming us today, Mr. Sinclair, and thank you for the opportunity for interviewing us for this mega gospel concert.
I love the way you say it. I love the way you say it. I love the way you say it. All right, Mr. Clark, we're gonna go ahead and interview Minister Sushana Lewis first. Put your microphone on mute so that we don't have any interference, and let's go right into it. Minister Sushana Lewis, I've had the opportunity of watching you perform many a times at church, and you have one of the biggest, most beautiful voice one could ever hear.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the earlier part of when you got started.
So basically, Minister Sushana, or Auntie Sue as they call me, or Sue or Sushi. Well, I've started from I know myself because I come out of a musical family. My mother is an excellent singer, also my sisters. So it's something that came through the bloodline genetics, as we have called it. So from a tender age, I've been ministering church services, concert, all that have to do with ministry. I will be there.
Wow. So you always knew that you had this big voice, or it suddenly dawned on you one day that you could sing?
Always tell me, I said, no, man, you can't sing, man, and you must do songs, persons out there saying. And then before, I'm a behind the scenes person. I love to work behind the scenes. So I started as backing vocal this for some artists and in their records. And then it's very recent that I really say, all right, I'm going out as a solo act. No.
Well, guess what? No more behind the scenes for you. You're in front of the camera. So let's give your fan base just a little piece of what this wonderful lady will be bringing to the table come Friday, July 28th.
Oh
All right, we're gonna remove that from the studio because we're not gonna have you singing all day. We just want your fan base to have a little piece of what is happening. We noticed that Mr. Mario Hudson is in the studio, so we're gonna bring him in momentarily. Mario Hudson, how are you, sir?
Blessings. I'm doing great, Sir Big Stone. I'm doing great, giving thanks. How are you?
I notice you're on the street getting the final days together for this massive gospel show. We just had a little
Yes, I
taste of
am.
the big voice of Minister Shoshana Lewis, right? And
Oh,
let me tell you
wow.
something.
Amazing.
I know this concert is gonna be off the wall, off the wall. Tell us a little bit about what do we will we be expecting come this Friday, July 28th. Mario.
Well, come this Friday, Big Stone. We are expecting it's gonna be massive. It's gonna be grand. It's gonna be a glorious event. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna be mind blowing. It's gonna be breathtaking. It's gonna be an experience to remember. And I want the entire Jamaica, all 14 parishes, to come on out and experience something they'll never experienced before. That's what we are actually taking this
And
Friday.
the charge you're coming is $1.5 million because that's what you just explained. $1.5 million worth of show. No, for real. What is the cost of coming to this event that you and Minister Sushana and Minister Karen Clark is going to be putting on? It sounds like
Well, let me just express to you that it's not 1.5 million to see Chris Brown, but you're just only paying $4,000 just to come and meet Jesus right on the beach, right on the lawn.
I am telling you, and we know we have Kevin Downswell, right?
Yes.
Dietrich Atten,
Oh yes.
Sister Pat,
Yes. That's
Minister
it.
Odie. Eh?
Amazing artist.
I'm trying to tell you. So,
So
what are the other prices to go in?
of course, that great lineup of artists is amazing, and of course that's why we have a few of these other artists right now interviewing, including Minister Karen Clark and Minister Sushana as well, are with us today. Now, for the other charges, it's going to be 4,500 at the gate, and we
Yeah.
will also have a VIP section. Now, in the VIP, we will be serving drinks and also cocktails as well. And trust me, it's going to be blessed. It's going to be a blessing, and
No,
it's
no.
$8,000.
Yeah, I can charge.
$8,000.
No. $8,000. You're gonna get food to eat, cocktails and
Yes,
drinks and
yes.
all that.
And
No,
also,
Oh
sir.
yes.
just to add on that,
Yes.
you're gonna having an elevated seating area
You're
for
kidding
the
me.
VIP. Yes.
For
Oh
that the
yes.
little bit,
Oh
for
yes,
that the little
indeed.
bit of money, for that the little bit of money.
Oh
No, sir.
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
This I want everybody to come out and see this because I mean Sugarman Beach is one of the best location one could ever ask for. Remember that beautiful breeze coming from the ocean, and remember we're experiencing hot temperatures now, so it will be a beautiful Friday evening where you can come out and it's on the lawn that you can get dressed up, right, Minister Hudson?
And you are 100% correct. So it's going to be on the lawn of Sugarman Beach, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can dress up as, I mean, in any your outfits. I know, Jamaicans love to dress up for these occasions, these events. And we are encouraging you to dress. Of course, you can dress to impress, but definitely you're coming to have a great and glorious time.
Wow. VIP is only $8,000. Regular admission is 4,500, and there's a $4,000 early bird ticket or is pre-sold.
So actually, the $4,000 is early bird tickets, and of course, it will remain until you enter that gate.
Okay, wow.
That's it.
We
That's
can't
right.
Jamaica.
We have we have made some adjustments. We have made some adjustment to our price, of course.
which is fantastic. I must say also
Definitely.
we're expecting to see Gwendolyn McKnight, Mama Gwen. Remember Mama Gwen is the
Yes.
lady that lost her daughter and 4 grandchildren. So she's
Yes,
a
indeed.
special guest to the outreach program at New Vision, and she'll be there along with dancehall queen Carlene.
Yes,
So
she
it's
will.
gonna be,
Yes, she will.
come on out to get an autograph and take some pictures with Mama Gwen and dancehall queen Carlene. Because
Of
as you
course.
know, Carlene, a very spiritual individual.
Yes,
You
she
could
is.
see her just the other day in the Daniel Rose situation. She's
Yes,
an
she was at the
advocate for
funeral.
child. She was also an advocate for child safety. So we have to big up Carlene any way she is and in this endeavor. Anything else? Because we want to go over now and finish up with Minister Sushana Lewis. We know she wears many hats, and we want to talk to her a little bit more. Anything else we can expect from?
Definitely. So, of course, you can just expect an amazing time. It's going to be a grand and glorious occasion, and just expect it to be mind blowing, refreshing, and whatever you come. If you're weak, just expect to get strengthened. If you feel like you are somehow, discouraged, just know that you will be encouraged and you'll be cheered up and you'll be powered up with those amazing lineup of artists that we have for this gospel concert, gospel celebration. Come on out and get your tickets.
Rhoda Isabella, can you imagine? She's part of the lineup.
And you are
Dietrich
correct.
Hatton.
You are correct.
What a lineup!
Definitely.
What a lineup! What a lineup!
It's a beautiful lineup. Beautiful lineup. And Big Stone, we want to also big up some of our sponsors as well.
Most
Right?
definitely.
We do have Omega, one of our major sponsors, right?
Yeah.
We also have Torpedo Loans, one of another major sponsor as well. We just want to big them up, and
Gospel
to all our
JA.
other sponsors. Yes.
Gospel JA and
Gospel
Helping
JA.
Hands Ministry.
And of course, we want to also big up Big Stone as well.
Yes,
One
and
of our
Big Stone
sponsors.
Media. Yes.
Big Stone Television, of course.
Big Stone Television. That's it.
Anything to and remember, parts proceed is going towards the outreach program and so on. Tell us a little bit more about that real quickly.
All right, so very quickly.
Program.
Yes, so very quickly, as it relates to a lot of some of these proceeds going towards our outreach. Now, if you know, Mama Gwen is one of the outreach persons that we do have, and if many persons remember that she is the grandmother of 4 children who was brutally slain, and the mother of 1 daughter as well who was brutally slain in Cocoa Peace, Clarendon. And our heart goes out to her, but we want to recognize her strength. We want to recognize, she has remained, strong. She has remained firm in the faith. And, this we want to highlight as well. You understand? And so, of course, part of our proceeds goes in aid of our Mama Gwen and, of course, the children in the outreach program.
Wow. That's why we're imploring that everyone find some time this Friday. Showtime is 6 p.m. sharp.
Showtime 6 p.m. sharp. On the lawns of Sugarman Beach.
I'm trying to tell you. And you can wear your spike heel because there's no sand for you to get sunken into.
Yes, no
spike
sand.
heel.
So you can dress like a dapper. You can dress dapper, and the females can wear them, them pumps and them spike heel, and the setting. You know the setting.
But you know what Minister Sujan was saying? There's going to be a whole lot of jumping.
Yes. A whole lot of excitement, a whole lot of jumping, a whole lot of praising.
Draw them from here to no spike heel.
Spike heel. Minister Mario Otto, thank you so much for stopping by. And you can periodically come in. I know you're busy. So in another 20 minutes or so, you can come in. But let me just wrap it up with Minister Sushana Lewis and then get down to Minister Karen Clark and see how best we can tighten this up. All right? So thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for having me as well, and God bless you.
Come back in
God
20
bless you and bless
time.
Big Stone Television.
Thank you.
That's
Come
it. That's
in 20
it.
minutes.
Thank you.
All right. That was the communication minister, Minister Mario Marvin Hudson, doing a remarkable job. I must commend him for him. I want to take this opportunity and big up Minister Farran and Minister Dr. Carol Witter and Apostle Gordon. Big up all these three persons who are doing a remarkable job in the ministry. They're doing so much for Silent Hill in Manchester, so much for Spanish Town, and so much for all the other communities that they work with. What can we expect from Minister Sushana Lewis come Friday?
So what to expect is just a anointed ministering. So I won't say I will be singing. I'm more, as you say, a minister, more of a worshiper by birth. So come out, get on your worship and your prayer shoes on.
Yes.
Because you will be
no
praising.
Spike heel. No spike heel. Nah, you can't worship it.
No spike heel. And I know
so when
that
you
my
say,
brother also on the line is also a worshiper minister.
Okay, when you say we're losing it. When you say worshiping, people are coming to a gospel concert where singing is of the evidence. So when you say worshiping, could you explain it to people who are not saved? Are you hearing me?
Can you go ahead and repeat?
No, I'm just saying, you said you not only will be singing, you will be worshiping. So when you say worshiping, ministering, yeah. What do you mean by that? Because remember, you're not just open to Christian people who's going to be at the concert. Other people is going to be there. Well, so explain the ministering part of it.
So basically, ministering and singing is two different things. I can be a good singer and just hear singing, but you're ministering, you're giving utterance to God. You're basically exalting, you're worshiping. So it's different. You are inviting the presence of God even there, even if you are non-Christian.
Okay.
So you.
Okay. Okay, we're having a little technical difficulties over there. All right. We're having a little technical difficulty.
I've been getting a lot of calls. I've been trying to decline it.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to
calls. I've been declining them.
Yeah, man. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to wrap up with Minister Sushana. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're looking forward to
and
Friday.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. We're looking forward to seeing you Friday. So all your fan base, where can they find you on social media? Real quick.
Yes. So on Facebook it's Sushana Lewis. On TikTok it's Auntie Sue. On Instagram it's Sushana. Sush_princess.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here. You have brought some grace.
Yes, and thank you for having me.
Brighten up. Not a problem. You have brightened up our program.
And guys, make it a date. Friday, July 28th, right over Sugar
Not February, July.
Yes, July. Right. I'm thinking about February, July 28th, Friday, July 28th, right over Sugarman Beach. Hellshire, you can't afford to miss it. It's going to be a worship experience, a mega worship experience. So come on out and be blessed.
Thank you. The gates open at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
So we want everybody to come out early. We don't want any mad rush now to come see Minister Sushana and Kevin Downswell and Dietrich Adnan, Rhoda Isabella and Sister Pat and Minister Audi and Minister Anton Johnson and all the great ones that are going to be there. Minister Karen Clark. So come early, pick up your tickets, and just have a wonderful evening. All right? Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye-bye. Minister Karen All. It's just me and you now, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
But before we go into our little conversation, we want to hear a little bit from Minister All. This song is a beautiful song. And let's...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shaka. I may not be the man you want me to be. I may not speak the way you want me to speak. But one thing's for certain, my faith still wins. I tend to wonder if this is a testimony, or if the God in heaven has given up on me. Sometimes it feels like grace is without to me. Oh, distraught by all I see and how I feel.
Sometimes when I feel so good,
the always will. But despite how I feel, I always win because
I choose to triumph.
whoa, over situation, I'm gonna triumph. Yeah, over fear.
I choose to triumph.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Amid the frustration, I'm gonna
Triumph.
yeah, yeah, over that. Yeah, I mean the talk if you're talking.
If you're talking,
I'm gonna keep on walking. Challenges are what makes life interesting. The major battlefield is in the mind. Make a decision, say happiness in mind. Don't hold back, it is your time. So yesterday
is
is
history.
tomorrow is
It's a mystery.
today's a gift from God. That's why it's called the present. The choices that we make may sometimes be an act of faith.
All right, we're not going to give them not even 1 second more because you know they can become a little greedy. You understand that? And we know that you're performing come this Friday. So if you want to hear more from Minister Karen Clark, it's only $4,000 to take over to Sugarman Beach in St. Catherine, Elsha, and enjoy the rest of that beautiful song. Triumph, where did it come from?
That song came out of the end of a heavy depression that I was going through in 2019. So the song was written in 2020, but I was depressed for quite a number of years, and that is how I wrote that song, from that place. So everything you hear me talk about in that song was really what
Part of your experience.
Yes.
What life has taught you.
Yes, indeed.
So tell us a little bit more now about you.
Karen Clark, well, I hate to talk about myself. To be honest, I don't like talking about myself. I don't think that self-praise is any recommendation.
No, but guess what? Remember, you have a fan base that really don't know you. So we want to know that personal stuff. We just want to talk about the fact that how you really got into the business or you got into ministering. You know, you want to share that with your fan base, where you got started, where you used to go to school. You know, when you become a superstar like you are, people are interested not just in the singing part of a Karen Clark, because that they'll hear come Friday the 28th, but because we're having a one-on-one now, it's a beautiful thing to hear if you like dumpling and ackee and saltfish and roast breadfruit and all that kind of stuff. So tell us about the earlier days. Where did you grow up and where did you attend school?
All right, so Karen is a countryman, born and raised in rural St. Catherine. Got at the age of 7, still a Christian after all of it. So I'm happy for that. A father of one.
Okay.
I'm a minister, an ordained minister of the gospel, but don't come for preach when I tell you no.
Okay.
I don't like the preaching part of it, but I'm a minister. I love music. Did not get any formal training per se, but I have been around everyone who have gotten formal training, and I've allowed them to teach me.
Wow.
Good. Yeah, I'm very down to earth, pretty easygoing. The superstar aspect of it, I don't know how to be a superstar, so I'm just a regular human being.
Haha. Well, guess what? The superstar part is when you open up your mouth and that big, beautiful voice that you have start coming out, and people from all over the world start to gravitate to you and want to fill up the stadium and buy out your concert ticket. Like I know a lot of people is going to be coming out to gospel celebration because they want to hear you and that big voice that you have. So we're looking forward to something like that. But since we have the time, let me see if we can find another piece of to see if I buck up with a big voice. They are, in truth and fact, he is a good, talented singer. Minister Karen Clark.
When peace like It is well, I know it. That is well. Oh, if Satan should buffet, if trials should come, let this blessed assurance control. Lord, that Christ have regarded my help, let it stay, and have shed his own blood, Lord, for my soul. Oh, we give you glory, Jesus, because
God, we're not giving them a piece more, boy. Them have to come to gospel celebration on Friday, July 28th to hear the grand finale of Minister Karen Hall. What a voice. I mean, I wasn't supposed to play more than 1 minute and 30 seconds, but because you was getting into it so spiritually, I got lost for time. I wanted to listen to the entire song, but I know that wouldn't be fair. We want people to come out because this concert is for Word the Card. Part Pros is going towards the outreach program, and we're looking forward to it. What are your thoughts going through your head now when you see yourself doing a song like It Is Well? Because it's not an easy song to sing. What are your thoughts seeing you, the country boy, singing?
You know, it is a surreal experience. I will be honest with you. I never expected to be here. I didn't dream of being a soloist. I've always been comfortable being a supporting vocalist. So actually seeing people enjoying God through me is really humbling, and just like every time I see that, I am like, wow, God, it had to have been you that brought me through everything I've been through so far. So I have enough strength and grace and understanding to minister a song like that so someone else can be blessed.
Wow. When you say you're a country boy, what district did you actually grow up in?
Oh, Point Hill, St. Catherine.
Oh, Point Hill.
Yeah,
Point Hill, is that when you pass Kellits and go up?
Well, if you're coming from Clarendon side, you will have to pass Kellits, go through Lowenders Vale, and come.
Okay.
If you're coming from like Kingston side, you'll pass down past Dovecote and go.
Okay, that's the part I was trying to do. When I said Kellits, I was thinking Kitson Town. You go through Kitson Town?
Yes, Kitson Town.
Okay.
In Clarendon.
Yes, I wasn't thinking about Kellits. Kitson Town was what I really wanted to say. So let me ask you a question. A young man like you, how come you got involved with Christ and it is not trending? Because most of the young men out there is talking about Mali, is talking about the M16, the chip Glock, and so on. So what brought you into the church? And I know it's hard to maintain that based on peer pressure, but how did you maintain that?
Okay, so as I said earlier, I got saved at the age of 7. At the time, I'll be honest, all I knew was that you don't curse bad word, you don't tell lie.
Okay.
I started to grow. I got more and more involved in church. So I was at one point the youth president. I do play music. So I play the drums. So I was a drummer.
Okay.
I direct the choir. I had a lot of responsibilities. So the responsibility of having somebody looking up to me for guidance has always been one of the main things, main glue that kept me. And then there came a time I experienced Jesus for myself. As I said before, I was heavily depressed, suicidal, attempted suicide, but the attempts failed, to God be the glory. And because of all of those things, I just found that it was easier to hold on to Jesus. I tried the world, it never fit me. It too big for me, and as a mess, I couldn't manage. So I just go back to Christ, who was it was easier to be a Christian for me than to not be one. It
Yeah.
felt when I tried to backslide, it felt hard.
But just listening to you talk, it kind of, make me start to think about life in itself and what most of these youngsters are experiencing. Youngsters were involved with gangs and scamming and taking drugs and so on. It's rough. And I'm saying you're doing a remarkable job. I'm very happy that you didn't go through with your plan to take your life. And your life now has become a role model for others who can now look at you and says, you don't have to end it. There's always power in the faith, and there's always, you understand it? You understand? We cannot say that. You understand? We have to just, put your best thing forward and move accordingly. Um, as you can see, the crime rate in Jamaica is very, very high. We are now at a lot of people, especially the children. Over 500 children have disappeared. And this past Sunday, we buried Daniel Rowe, who was abducted a little 8-year-old from. But let me ask you a question. I noticed, and I have to ask this question. I'm glad I'm talking to you, who's honest enough to probably give me a straightforward answer. Jamaica has the most church and bar per square mile anywhere in the world. We're in the Guinness Book of Records for that. We need divine intervention because the Prime Minister said so, and of course, the Minister of National Security at one time, Peter Buttigieg, said that we need it. But we're not seeing that togetherness within the church. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that unity that doesn't exist within the church, I'm not saying all churches, is what happened this past Sunday. You must have seen it. That video has gone viral where a pastor lady who's of apostolic faith was denied the opportunity to even say a prayer in a 7-day Adventist church for her own family member. And the rest is history. The video is viral. What are your thoughts when we can have, it's supposed to be us worshiping one God? So, what are your thoughts as a Christian to see that unfold in front of so many people?
Well, I believe the reason we are seeing this is because many of us see churches as turfs, right? And we're trying to prove that our church is the right church and not really prove that Jesus Christ is the only way. I think it is Paul. Was it Paul that says, I become all things to all men because he's the ambassador of Christ? So what I would do if I was since I am of the apostolic faith and I am in an Adventist church, I would try my best to desist from speaking in tongues. And if
But hold on 1 minute. I thought speaking in tongues was an involuntary act where if the Holy Ghost take charge of you, then you have no control in how or what you say.
Well, the Bible says that the spirit is subjected to the prophet. So as a pastor, I would have expected that she would have a better control. You're not going to walk on a job and be carrying on because there's a time and place for everything. So if you feel the unction to do that, I wouldn't say quench the Holy Spirit, but I would say at times you have to use wisdom. Paul also said that if you are speaking in tongues, there should be an interpreter because speaking in tongues really edifies the man and not really those who are listening. So the onlookers, they may become a little wary because speaking in tongues does have some demonic attachment to it. So Christians speak in tongues, but warlocks and witches also do speak in tongues. So if somebody is not discerning enough to decipher between the two, then they may become a little, uncomfortable. So for the apostolic faith, I would say you won't die. I would implore you to try to use wisdom, and the same for the Adventist, because this is a time of bereavement where
exactly
only solace, that is their only solace. So for both parties, I would expect them to exercise a little more patience with each other and not allow things to get to that level. I think it's the very same Paul that says that you do everything that the ministry be not blamed. So we have to protect the faith at all cost, not the denomination, not the church, but the faith, and the faith in Jesus Christ. We cannot allow ourselves to really rip apart the kingdom of God from the inside like that and allow it for everybody else on the outside to see that we're so, disunited, if that is a word.
Well, we're going to make it a word today, but I think some consentment should have been given onto the fact that you're mourning the loss of a loved one. And remember, Daniel Rowe didn't die from natural causes. She was actually murdered, taken from her school, taken many miles, 30-something miles away from Portmore, killed and dumped on the street like a wild animal. And not even wild animal, you do that too. So I think that they came down a little bit hard
on her,
on the minister, and they should at least be compassionate to her in her time of bereavement.
I agree. Then again, two wrongs don't make a right. So I agree with you 100%. I do agree. And I also believe that though you're grieving, the difficult thing to say is that as Christians, we are trying to present Christ to the world.
Yes.
If we're going to say to somebody who's unsaved that when somebody does something that you disagree with, you should turn the other cheek or, display godly characteristics, there's going to come a time when we are going to be in such a position that we are going to be forced to display such characteristics. And though we may mess up, I'm not bashing her. I am saying that I will not bash the Adventist. I will not bash the Apostolic. I will just admonish us all as believers to really take some time and think about it and ensure that in the future we don't allow such thing to happen again.
I must say I have to commend you. How old are you, Minister Karen Clark?
I'm 34.
You speak like a man of 66, which I am 66 years old.
I am humble.
My reason for saying that, I've spoken to a lot of people, and just the way you analyze things and break things down, it tells me that our future in Jamaica is secure when we have young people like yourself on the front. Even though you don't like to preach or you don't like to administer, I think you should seriously, you're doing a fantastic job singing, but the fact that you're able to speak so eloquent and to explain yourself, because everything that you just said, I got it straight from the first time, and I know a lot of people can understand too as well. I want to offer my condolences to Daniel Rowe's family, Apostle Yvette Thomas. I understand how you feel. Yes. And I feel your pain because I've lost loved ones, not violently, but I've lost loved ones, and I know that the pain is real. On social media, where can we find you, Minister Karen Clark?
Sure. On Instagram and TikTok, you can find me. On Twitter, you can find me at Karen Clark Official. And on Facebook and YouTube, it's just Karen Clark.
Okay. All right. Let's go to a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking some more with Karen Clark, who's one of the many guests that is going to be performing come Friday, July 28th. Let's take a listen. Distribution Limited, in association with New Vision Faith Apostolic Ministries, present a gospel celebration featuring Pastor Dietrich Adden, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Minister Anton Johnson, Sherwin Gardner, Levi's Heritage, Minister Audi, Petra Kay, Pastor Crystal May, Kevin Downswell, Minister Sushana, and Karen All. Friday, July 28, 2023 at 6 p.m. sharp at the Sugarman's Beach, Elsha. Admission, $5,000 pre-sold, $5,500 at the gate, and VIP is $9,000. Part proceed in aid of New Vision Spanish Town Ocho Rios Development Fund. Please make sure and attend. You will be blessed. And that's Minister Karen Clark. Minister Karen Clark is going to be there performing live.
Thank you.
I just want to say, Karen, that the lineup that we have presented, I've not seen anything like that for a long time. And we know that this has been a very hot summer so far. We need to be at the beach, and we need to have the word of God being administered by young people, or much younger people than myself. Sister Pat says she's as young as she feels, and I know she's going to be there giving us a great concert. Minister Sushana Lewis will be there, Minister Audi, Minister Anton Johnson, Minister Kevin Downswell. Man, $4,000 to get in early. $4,500 more at the gate, and of course $8,000, and you're fed at the VIP section. What a concert. Be there Friday, July 28th at 6 o'clock sharp when we hear Minister Karen Clark sings Triumph. Who you want to shout out to? Who you want to say hello? Who you want to big up that help you on this massive journey?
You know, I have to say a big shout out to the entire KCM team and band. Though they will not be there with me for the event, that is my team. I have to say a big thank you to them. Trust me, they are one of the most dedicated set of young people I've met in recent times. You know, they are there for the rehearsals, the late night, and trust me, I'm very meticulous. So I don't always explain correctly what I want because I don't probably not have the formal training, and sometimes what I want goes against the grain, and they have to try and find a way now to make what me want work with what is workable, and it is sometimes.
Well, you know, you have a way. You know something? Did you always wanted to become a singer?
I don't know. I knew I could sing at the age of 4, and my mother always allowed me to sing, but I don't know if I wanted to become one. I know I wanted to become an accountant.
Oh, you wanted to become an accountant?
Yes, that was my dream.
Wow. Well, guess what? You are now a minister of God, and you're doing a fantastic job in coming across in your gospel work. You have a beautiful song out. Let me find another song from Sushana Lewis, and to see if we can come up with a song. All right? So that we can hear her. We didn't get a chance to hear a second song from her. So let's hold on for a minute. And see if we can find another song for your glory. All right?
All right.
Where there, oh God, is a lack, let there be plenty.
Lord,
Why, me I tell you, Minister Karen Clark, can you imagine? Come this Friday, it's gonna be L and Powder House. You ever hear that expression?
Yes,
We're
man.
gonna remove all the L and all the Powder House, and Jamaica is gonna be one big, beautiful blast.
Yes,
We're
man.
looking forward to having you and having all the other guests on the show come this Friday. Anybody you want to shout out to?
Oh yes, I was saying shout out to the OKCM band. Big up to my friends Levy's Heritage, you know, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Petra. Big up all of them. Everybody from country, I listen. Big up on yourself. And shout out to my Agape family. Those who I worship with at Agape Christian Ministries International. And to everyone else, you know, it's Karen Clark. Love always. I appreciate y'all so much.
I just love talking to this young man. Minister Karen Clark, it has been a pleasure. I would love to have you again when we are not so pressured for a show come this Friday, July 28th. But I'd love to have you on my program. I think that you're a role model for a lot of young men, and I see you going places. I had the opportunity of meeting a young man by the name of Nesbeth. You know of Nesbeth, right?
Yes.
I met Nesbeth when Nesbeth was only 16 years old. He won my talent competition in 1998, and Nesbeth has not looked back since. He's now a star, a great artist performing with a lot of hit songs. Currently, he's on tour in the United States of America. I also had the opportunity of meeting another young man when he was only 16 years old as well, by the name of Turbulence the Future. You must have heard of Turbulence.
Yes,
a little young man come from a little place up there off Manizil Road known as Hungry Town. And Turbulence has blossomed into a giant. He's doing a lot of shows all over the world, and we look forward to you being as big as Turbulence, because your attitude is what makes you a star. A lot of people think it's your talent. Your talent is only 25%, but your attitude, which you have a lot of, is going to take you all the places that you need to go. All right. I personally will be there at the event, looking forward to enjoy your set and the set of everybody else. I know it's going to be a grand time. Kevin Downswell will be there and all the great artists, and the fee is very minimal. So we're looking forward for everyone to come out and support this worthy cause.
Yes.
Minister Karen Clark, I salute you, young man. I think you have a future ahead of you. Regardless of the tryout and some of the pitfalls that you might experience, you have bounced back and you're looking great and you sound excellent. And I wish you all the best on your endeavor.
Thank you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you for having me as well.
Enjoy your day. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Gospel Celebration, July 28, 2023 at 6 p.m. sharp. The venue is Sugarman's Beach in Elsha. And of course, it's only $4,000 to get in and $8,000 at VIP, which you will be fed. Well, maybe I wish I could buy up all the VIP tickets them, because me love food and me know the food is gonna be good. So everybody, we're looking forward to see you there. Come out and support Minister Karen Hall, Minister Sushana Lewis, Minister Audi, Minister Anton Johnson, Minister Kevin Downswell, Minister Dietrich Adden, Minister Rosa Isabella Rhoda Isabella. Come on out for Sister Pat. It's going to be a grand occasion, and it's not something that you want to miss. I want to big up my communication officer out there, Minister Marian, who's doing a remarkable job. Mario Marvin Utzer. Big up yourself, Dr. Carol Witter. Big up yourself again, Apostle Gordon. Big up yourself. Big up to the New Vision Apostolic Church. You all are doing a remarkable job, and thank you so much for tuning in to Big Stone Television. And big up to all my fans who took the time out from their busy schedule to give us some listening here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Big up my friend and welcome her to Jamaica, Maureen Gutsmo, wherever you are. Big up yourself. Welcome to Jamaica. And of course, I want to big up Mr. Earl Allen, my videographer today. He did a remarkable job while we were celebrating the 50th anniversary of Amy Jake's Garden. So big up to each and every one of you. Thank you all for stopping by. Minister, Enjoy the rest of your day, sir. And I see you on Friday.